Okay, let's talk about the GOAT of tennis. You know, the greatest of all time. I bet a few names pop into your head right away. But what if I told you that the most dominant player in the history of the sport is probably someone you've never even heard of? Yeah, it's time to challenge what we think we know about tennis greatness. So, who do you think it is? Djokovic, maybe? Margaret Court? Steffi Graf? For years, right, we've had this debate, throwing around the same legendary names and their stats. But the real answer? Well, it's going to surprise you. The answer is this man right here, Shingo Kunieda. He's a Japanese wheelchair tennis player, and let me tell you, the statistics he racked up during his career are, well, they're frankly mind-bending. 28. Just let that number sink in for a second. That's the all-time record for major singles titles, not just in wheelchair tennis, but in any discipline of tennis, ever. We're talking more than any able-bodied player, male or female, in the history of the sport. So the real question is, how on earth did one person achieve that kind of absolute dominance? Well, to understand his incredible career, you gotta go back to the beginning. See, his journey wasn't just about raw athletic talent. It was really built on a foundation of unbelievable resilience. When he was just 9 years old, a tumor in his spinal cord changed his life forever. But that same event, believe it or not, is what put him on the path to discovering wheelchair tennis and eventually to completely rewriting the sport's record books. And when I say dominance, I am not exaggerating one bit. The stats from his peak, they're just staggering. Let's take a look. Okay, get this. From 2007 to 2010, Kunieda basically built a wall of invincibility around himself. He won 106 straight matches. Unless you think that was some kind of once-in-a-career fluke, he did it again. Between 2014 and 2015, he went on another tear, racking up 77 consecutive wins. And even before that streak, from late 2012 into 2013, he had another run of 44 wins in a row. You see, this wasn't just a phase. This was basically a decade of near-total control over his sport. Let's put that first number into perspective, okay? A 106-match winning streak. That means he went 3 entire years. We're talking more than 1,000 days without losing a single match. That level of dominance is just, it's almost impossible to wrap your head around. So how on earth did he do it? Well, it wasn't just talent. Kunieda fundamentally changed how the game was played, both physically and mentally. Okay, so physically, he mastered what's called chair work. Now, in wheelchair tennis, players are allowed 2 bounces, but Kunieda's speed was so exceptional that he could take almost every single ball on the first bounce, and the effect of that was devastating. It literally cut his opponent's reaction time in half and just put them under constant, relentless pressure. But maybe his biggest weapon wasn't his chair work at all. Maybe it was his mind. See, early in his career, he met a mental trainer who gave him a really simple piece of advice. Just start telling yourself, I'm the strongest. And you know what? The effect was immediate and absolutely dramatic. He adopted this mantra, and in just 10 months, he rocketed from being ranked around 10th in the world all the way to number 1. That simple mental shift unlocked everything. So fast forward to 2022. By this point, Kunieda has won pretty much everything. Multiple Paralympic golds, dozens of major titles. I mean, the trophy case is full. But there was still one gaping hole in his resume, the one title every single tennis player dreams of. He had absolutely conquered Australia, Paris, and New York, time and time again. But, as you can see right here, the grass courts of Wimbledon, they'd always eluded him. It was the final missing piece he needed to complete the career Super Slam. So he makes it to the final in 2022, and it looks like the dream is just slipping away. He's down 2-5 in the deciding set. His opponent is serving for the championship not once, not twice, but 4 separate times. I mean, it was all but over. But then, he channeled that I'm the strongest mentality. He just dug in, he fought back, and he mounted one of the most unbelievable comebacks you will ever see, winning the deciding tiebreak. And just like that, at long last, he was the Wimbledon champion. And this chart, this really tells the story of his career, doesn't it? You see these towering columns? That's his utter domination at the other majors. But it's that one, single, hard-won title from Wimbledon that stands apart. That victory wasn't just another number on a list. It was the completion of a life's work. So, having finally conquered that last mountain, Kunieda retired just a few months later, still ranked #1 in the world. He went out at the absolute top of his game. So, what is the legacy he leaves behind? I mean, the numbers are just breathtaking. We're talking 50 total major titles between singles and doubles, 4 Paralympic gold medals, an ITF world champion 5 times. And get this, a career singles record with a winning percentage of nearly 89%. He didn't just play the game, he owned it. And this quote from him after winning his second Paralympic gold, it just captures his spirit perfectly. For him, it was never just about the winning. It was about chasing a dream against all odds and putting in the incredible work it takes to make that dream a reality. So, Shingo Kunieda's career really forces us to ask a bigger question. What truly defines the greatest of all time? Is it just the numbers? Because his numbers are undeniable, they make him a legend. But I think it's the journey behind those numbers, a story of resilience, of innovation, and of just an unbreakable will that truly makes him the GOAT.